What is up, Mousetrap Game? Welcome back to another video. Man, it is Tuesday, Memorial Day yesterday. We hung out, went to go watch the little Sonic movie. Drop down in the comments, man, if you guys had a good Memorial Day. Some people had a day off, some people had to work. Man, we just, hung around, got a few things done around the house. And yeah, just chilled for most of the time with the kids and everything. They went back to school. Today is the first day of summer, man. So I hope everybody has a good summer. We're gonna grind all summer, get the channel up. Excuse me, man, I just ate some tacos. And we're definitely gonna get the builds going on everything, guys, on everything. Okay, on a build, man, we're going forward with it. Okay, let me get my stepping thing, man, because your boy is actually getting older, man, and I gotta exercise, I gotta do something, man. I am out of shape for this stuff. Sometimes I'm like, dang, how do I even do it? But man, it has to get done. So I got this little stepping stool to get in the bed of the truck, although we do have this. But man, I'm not trying to step on anything all the time. Your boy's always messed up. Alright, so as you can see, we actually went ahead and I put the 2x4 that I bedlined yesterday. My homeboy with it, the F250, it was right on the road. And look at the difference in the color of the bed liner that I did yesterday with the spray can versus the Linex company. Like, the Linex looks good and everything, but it just has like more of a flatter versus the shine that this one has. And like I said, if you guys watched yesterday's video or watched the previous two videos before this one, to watch the process of resining this piece of wood and the Linex. So hold on, let me go get a tape measure. I already know, hold on, let me make sure this. I already know building this box for this Silverado, man, we're gonna lose some serious weight because it is like 1 o'clock and the sun is like beaming really bad, so we're definitely gonna have to put the tent up and work, man. Back to this, okay. So if you guys watched yesterday's and the day before's videos, we resined the 2x4 and then we bedlined it. Like at my position, and maybe you guys can see it from here on the camera and on your TV screen or your phone screen, wherever you guys are watching, there's like streaks. I never know why people do that. Like, they go fast once they get here. I don't know if they see the trailblazer out there just hanging out, me with the camera, but I don't know. People are weird. But anyways, so you can see streaks, and that's from painting the resin on there. So I'm gonna have to figure out, or I had a comment in the previous video talking about roll the bed liner on the wood, which is a good idea as well, which I am probably gonna do it just so I get pretty good finish on it. But I feel like it will still, you can be able to see the streaks underneath it unless I really thicken it up. But that's because I resin it and I painted it with the paintbrush, so you're gonna see it unless I lightly sand it. But the purpose of this piece of wood was to have the box risen up, so in case of any waters or anything, you see, as the box is at least 3/4 up off the ground, so it doesn't get any water damage. Like this gets water damage before the actual box itself, so at least the box is safe. But I did see the other day, and then actually, to be honest with you guys, last night it was pouring really bad, and I actually came out in the morning to see water marks in the truck, and actually there was no water marks. But the other day I did see where water comes in, like in these corners right here. And I mean, it wasn't that bad, it just was a quick wet mark, but that's because I ran it through the car wash, and maybe it would have gotten through some way or another. But yesterday it rained really bad, and I came out here this morning and there was no really like water spots anywhere, so I think we're pretty good on the worrying about if it's going to get damaged with the water. But pretty much that's what this is intent for, to raise up the box and to make sure that the box doesn't get any water damage or anything on it. But so basically the box is going to be up against like right here, maybe like an inch or two a little further back, because this piece right here on itself is 24 inches, so 24, and the box, the actual external depth of it is like 23 1/4. So, and you see where 23 1/4 is at. So we actually have a quarter bit hanging out. So we do have quite a little bit of room. But so this is probably like 49, and I think the box is actually like 56. So the box is gonna like go from like this to this, but it should just like drop right there in between the wheels above it. And that's what we really wanted, because I wanted to scoot the box up as much as possible, so we can be able to have a little bit of good area. And figure we are gonna try to stay inside this line right here with the panels that are gonna go up, and it's gonna have like maybe some plexiglass right here, and then we're gonna put some mids and highs right here, or it could have some mids and highs right here as well. Same thing over here. So more than likely we're gonna mount maybe a piece of wood or something, or maybe a metal bar from here to here, so we can through bolt and, you know, really mount those panels so they really stick on there, because I just don't want to start just drilling holes anywhere, although we'd probably be able to get away. I'm pretty sure that probably has a gap between there, but I just don't want to be drilling holes everywhere, so it just doesn't become like loose structure of the bed and stuff like that, just holes everywhere, and have possible water leaks and stuff like that. So I just wanted to go ahead and double check numbers real quick now that we actually got our actual piece of 3/4 lengths of wood. And I'm trying to stay underneath this line right here, because I don't want the panels to go past there and be bulging out on top of the leather cover. I just want everything really nice and smooth, you know, going underneath it, you know, tracking itself, so all the panels look like perfect on there. Remember, we said the box height was going to be 17, so let's see where 17's at. So 17 is like right there. Right, it's probably like 1.5 inches or 1/2 inch under this right here, this bracket, which is pretty good, because that gives us the chance to like rise up our speaker if we, you know, plan on doing like a ring, you know, maybe with a speaker angled out like that, a tweeter facing up, or maybe an angle on it. Same thing with here, because I do want to put some speakers like on the side firing upwards, and then we're going to put some speakers firing inwards, because I just don't really want to have the basic the truck pod right here and stuff like that. But we are probably going to put a piece of plexiglass in the center and then speakers on the side, just so they fire out as well, so it has a pretty much like surround sound everywhere. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so now what I'm actually going to do is, now that I got confirmation on the height of the box to make sure to stay underneath that bracket, and we've seen actually how deep the box is going to be up against that. And like I said here, I'm going to tell you guys real quick exactly why I want to have the port low as possible. The port's going to be like somewhere like around right here in this area. I don't want to cut in through this, because I've seen some people that do blow throughs and cut the bed, and they cut like right here, and I feel that loses structure, and you can, you know, take a chance. Look how low that window is. You see what I'm saying? You take that chance of losing the structure and the strength of the window, and that window is just going to fall apart from its seal, and just going to be clapping really horrible when it's just still like metal on metal on the bottom of it. And like I said, it's best to cut through the bed from bed going inside the cab, because if you cut going from cab to the bed, it's going to drop. It's going to be like slanted like that, and you want a nice cut like this. And you got to make sure you do like rounded corners. You can't do square, because that rubber gasket has to go nice and round. You see what I'm saying? It'll hold a lot better. Okay, I'm back. I had to take a quick hour. I had to get situated with my daughter, because she is here with me for summer vacation. But so she's staying with me Sunday through Wednesdays. But man, she's like 6-7 years old, so she can handle herself. And she really just likes out there hanging out with me when I do the boxes and stuff like that. But I had to feed her, and you know, all those little dad stuff that I had to do. But now let's get back to the box design real quick. Okay, so as like we just seen when we were out at the truck, that piece of 2x4 is actually 49 by 24. But as you can see, the final measurement of the external of the box was 23 1/4. So like I said, it leaves us 3/4 inches, but that should be pretty good enough, because remember, the port's still going to be somewhat, you know, extended from the box, so we can actually scoot that flush with that piece of wood, and then the port would go inside the okay, so our port, more than likely it's going to be at least 6 inches inside the box, and probably 5 inches coming out the box, because once, you know, the inches from the bed inside the cab. It's probably going to be like at least 5, maybe 6 inches. So we can push with the box. We can push the box further up, and because I want it to sit flush up against that firewall in the back, because I don't want it to like jeopardize when we close the back seat, that it doesn't close all the way. But like I said, my friends, they built that Silverado truck, and they actually cut the back of the seat, the backrest of it, and just left the bottom part, and built a really nice panel going from side to side, which I probably will break down and will build it just because, you know, I gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're gonna go big, we're gonna go big. You know, we're not even gonna, you know, play around. And I think we're gonna build like a pretty cool headliner panel, to where say we're sitting in the seat and the headliner's like right here. We're gonna put like mids and highs like right here. Probably like, we'll figure out something cool. I gotta, once we pull down the headliner and we see how many beams or what's up there, we're gonna try to figure out maybe some metal slate bars, I think, if that's what you guys want to call them, so we can be able to mount the headliner up, because we don't want it to sag or drop with the weight of the speakers. But with those, we would have to use like the very lightweight PRV tweeters, and not the bigger mids and highs, although they would still scream because they're right there. But you know, man, you know, maybe we'll just go all out and do some 10s, the real lightest 10s that we can find, just so we can get a bigger diameter of a voice speaker up there, and just to make it look that much intimidating. All right, so basically, like, we already have our box design. It may look like crazy stuff to you right here, but I mean, I can understand it a little bit. And our actual cut list is right here. I got it. There it is. Don't you like it when the kids is colored? I hope these kids didn't rip it out. Oh, here we go. So this is our cut list. And like I said, these numbers of the cut list right here, they're going to be off by a few inches of what they are exactly, because like I said, I go to Home Depot and I get them cut just an inch or two bigger, so I can come back here and cut them with my table saw. So we got, you know, the exact measurements that we need for the box, because if you get them cut at Home Depot and depend on them cutting it for you exactly, it's never going to work out for you. You're going to have to come back and regroup your box and, you know, somewhat redesign and make sure you didn't lose airspace, you know, yada yada yada, because they even say it there that they're not there to give exact cuts. They're just there just to cut it a little bit for you guys. Trust me, guys, trust me. I'm just as impatient and, you know, as, you know, eager to get this box built. I want to see what it's going to look like. I'm going to actually put my skills to the test on this one, because I'm going to go all out. You know, I'm going to, if I was just going to put a small brace right there, I'm going to build a really badass brace, heavy duty, nice design in it, you know, route her out really good, and, you know, take the bracing to the extreme. When we put the 4 Sundown 12s firing up, I could have just done minimum braces, not minimum braces, but just braces that the structure still would have been, you know, excellent for that box. But we actually went all out and built really badass bracing on it. And I don't think I cut any cool designs in them, just because I felt that keeping the braces solid pieces of wood would actually make it that much better to reinforce the box from ever flexing. You see what I'm saying? Because when you cut the designs out in the middle of the bracing, yes, it probably does still function, but it ain't nothing like functioning like if it's just a solid piece of wood. You see what I'm saying? We'll see what happens though. We'll see once we start building the box. And like I keep saying, guys, I am gonna go ahead and build this box slowly, so you know, you guys can get a really good feel and visual on building these boxes, and, you know, talk through it really good and make sure like we both understand what's going on. I don't even care if this is gonna be like 1,000 serious videos on just this truck build, man. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna drop some really good educational videos for you and me, because then I go back and I study these videos on how I can make the videos a little bit better, and, you know, really study the designs and the executing of these box buildings. So then the next box that we build after that, you know, it's done a little bit more better, more professional. Going on, fun, man. You know, it's summertime. We don't have to pick up none of these kids from school. We don't gotta pick up, drop off, none of that stuff, man. We're here to grind. And if you guys haven't seen, man, we're like probably like 100 subscribers away from hitting 2,000 subscribers, man. So definitely subscribe. And you know, it sucks to say this, but your subscribe doesn't count if you don't turn on the notification bell on, man, because you'll never be informed of this pretty dope channel that we got going on. Videos that we drop, you know, here. I try to drop every single day, but last week, you know, we just had so much stuff going on. I don't even want to get into it. I'm glad it's over, you know, and now we're back on track. We're gonna get stuff done, and we're just gonna keep going further, because from here, the sky's not even the limit, man. We're here to grind, man. We're here to drop these videos for you guys. So definitely subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notification bells, guys. Definitely turn them on, because it's nothing but heat from here, man. That's pretty much it for today's video. I wanted to show you guys how the floor panel looked for inside the truck, the difference in the colors, texture, my opinion on that. And like I said, shout out to the subscriber that, you know, recommended to use a roller for it next time to paint it, which I am gonna try to do that when we actually build the box. Sand it down, scuff it down a little bit. Man, we got so much to go, so much to learn, so much to do. So subscribe to the channel, stay tuned for tomorrow's video, and drop some comments, man. So have a good day. Peace.